Guys, you ever sit around and think about all the Disney Infinity discs you've collected, but then you don't really use them all that often? Yeah, I had the same thoughts. But I came up with a solution, and I think it might be something you can do as well. Check this out. So yeah, I've got a bunch of these discs, and I've rarely used a lot of them. And it got to me thinking that why don't you just create a toy box that has all the discs hooked into it? Now, there's some that you can't do that with, of course, whether it be for different attires for the characters or some of the power-up discs. You actually have to have them on the base to use them. But when it comes to things like different variations of rideable characters, whether it be vehicles, those are all things that you can import and keep them in a toy box without having to unload them over and over again. So we're going to take a look at this toy box that I built. I'm still kind of in the process of doing some tweaking on it, but for the most part, I think there's over 35 discs in this right now. We'll take a quick aerial view of the thing. We start out with a racetrack, and there are, I want to say, 10 cars hooked up to that, all 10 slots. We created a little theme park back here that gives us another opportunity to see a couple of things, including the carousel horses. They're under there. The teacups are there, although those are not disc related, but that's okay. And we've got this ocean back here. Now, here's the part that I'm still working on. These waves, as you can see, this one, the waves are going to move. But that's going to be a time consumer, so it'll be a little bit here, a little bit there. And then we have this mansion way in the back over here. I was going to say we should have a mansion there. It is popping in. And we've got a bunch of different equestrian horses and things of that nature that will come over here if you press that button. And then finally we have our flight hangar, and that will launch a bunch of different flying vehicles. And once you launch them, some objects will appear up in the sky. You go shoot them down. Now you might wonder how you're going to traverse the water. Well, if we come way back over this way, we've got our Disney cruise ship. I thought I'd be able to import the surfboard from Lilo and Stitch, but it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. So you actually have the disc for that. So let's just bounce in here. So there's a randomizer. I guess I can show you the logic real quick. You can see the memory's already starting to get there, but there's still room to grow. So if we drop down below, again, I like to keep all my logic central to the area that's happening. And I say that, and then where's my logic? Is it over here? There it is. So we have all these vehicle spawners here. And every time you press that button up top, it's going to randomly select one of the 10. So you don't necessarily know which one you're going to get. Of course, you can do it a different way if you like. You can always put 10 buttons up there, and each one will spawn the specific vehicle you like, but then there'd be a lot of buttons. But it'll work. So let's see what we get as our first ride of the day. For Nick Fury, I tell you what, that's not such a bad deal for Nick Fury. Now, you can just cruise around if you want, or you can go for the race. Now, in my race, there's a jump, which we'll go over that in a minute. And if you time it right and you place it right, you'll get some weapons, but there's only one opportunity per lap. So if you don't get the weapon and the opponents do, and I'm already screwed. So we're not going to be winning this race. Not without some cheating. Cut some corners. And maybe if we get lucky. I missed it. You see the tram going around there picking people up for the theme park. Well, we're starting to catch up. We're not completely out of this thing. And I missed it again. Final lap. We're in the race. I don't know if we're... Oh, look at that. Well, we're not going to be last. I don't know if we're going to be first or not, but... Oh, no! Blew it at the end. This is a special motorcycle. It rides on water. We're done. Dead last. Luis, how are you doing, buddy? This is the Ghost Rider disc / bike. So if you have Jack Skellington and you put him on there, then he becomes Ghost Rider and the whole flaming head thing goes on. It's a pretty cool look. All right, we're going to park this one over here. One of the things I think I might get around to doing here eventually is after the race, make the vehicle disappear. Only because the more you put them in here, the more memory it eats up. So let's try another one of those, see what we get. Oh my goodness. All right. So it'll be interesting. Incoming! right. Here we go. The Caterpillar car. From Alice in Wonderland. I just watched the movie last night. The Johnny Depp version. The original. You know why that movie did really well and still holds up really well compared to, like, I don't know, that Snow White mess that they're working on right now? Because they stayed true to the original cast and story. What a novel idea. And I overshot my weapon. Ooh, that's going to be a tight one there. See if we can catch up here. Hello, Francesco. Missed it again. Very difficult to hit that thing, I'll tell you that right now. Oops, oops, oops. Come on, come on, come on. Cutting the corners a little bit here, I know. And I missed it again. Hit the gas, hit the gas. Boy! Might have bent the rule a little bit, but I got the win with a Caterpillar. I'm doing great as well, Luis. Thanks for asking. Which is your favorite Disney Infinity? Well, you can say either game, playset, whichever particular, like 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, or playset. Either one. What is the one you most like about this? Of course, I'm presuming you actually have the game. And we got, oh, the Mickey car. There we go. So again, all the discs are pretty much one way or another in here that I can put in here. We'll do one more race, and then we'll jump over. Whoa, what just happened there? Oh, no. That's it. Race over. Try it again. So if you're wondering what just happened, I'll show you in a minute.
Ciao, Lightning. You're looking good. Not as good as Francesco, but still good.
Boy, am I glad to see you. Howdy, Lightning.
He got the weapons. We're in trouble. But he missed me. Double dip. And let's go, let's go. Oh, no, no, no. Here we go. Oh, he missed me. We got pole position. Oh, he got me that time. Oh, snap. 117. So what had happened a minute ago was, this is something I picked up from Professor Toybox. I did not realize you could do this. So if you want to run a racetrack with things like this, with a gaping hole that you have to jump over, normally it won't work with the other vehicles. You'd have to have yourself and other players locally playing. But you can trick them by putting an exact replica of the track below. Now this one doesn't have any brakes in it, and it just continues all the way through. It's constantly connected, and it's all flat. But then all you have to do is stack right above it the same pathway. It doesn't have to, obviously, in this case, it goes up and there's a gap and they do jump it. Works perfect. So that's all good. But you can make it do some crazier stuff this way, and you can also make it run on things that aren't track. With Professor Toybox, he had a Sleepy Hollow thing where it'll actually race through the Sleepy Hollow bridge, which normally it, of course, would not do that. So it's a cool little trick. Only thing is, if you do get bumped off the track and fall out of bounds, it'll stick you back on the actual track down back here. And then you just forfeit the match and get back into it afterwards. But, yeah, that's one of the cool little workarounds of many with Disney Infinity. Yesterday's stream, we were talking about the current build that I've been working on for Tron. And I've finished the third challenge, and it's working great. Again, if you're familiar with Tron and the arcade game from back in the 80s, it's kind of playing homage to that. We're going to take a swing over here. We're going to head up over to the docks in the marina. And there is the Disney cruise ship. And as you can see, the sky dome just changed so that we have the ocean all around us pretty much. I'm going to put a ramp out here just so you can do stunts on it. I haven't done that yet, but that's coming. But in the meantime, we can kind of cruise around and see what everything has going on here. There are more vehicles. I could only save 10, obviously, in that racetrack. So I put some more vehicles here in case that wasn't enough. And or vehicles or objects, I should say. So here we got a Pooh's elephant. And here we've got... I love that. Let's see what else we have in here. I'm not even sure. Again, they're random, so might see two of the same thing here. Yep. Ah, yes. The Duckmobile from Darkwing. Another one. So basically, these are the things that you can put in there just so if you want to mess around with your discs without having to go and dig them out. Once again, the Sky Dome changed for the ocean. Let's go check out the mansion. Now, the more of these vehicles that you spawn in, the more it's going to start to top out your memory as well. So you have to be aware of that as you spend more time in there. Did not mean to do that, but okay. And basically we have the logic set up where when you get in the ship, it will turn it to the Sky Dome that you saw with the ocean from the pirates, and then when you jump out, it goes back. Let's take a look over here at the mansion. I was debating on making an actual game back in here, and I might do that later on down the line. But for right now, it is literally just a place to go running around and test your jumping skills as we take a look at the skeleton reindeer. Let's see who else we got here. Another skeleton reindeer. What are the odds? I'd say 1 in 10. So I know we have 10. Which horse is this? Oh, from Frozen. There he is again. Ah, Maximus. Love this horse. He's got so much attitude. Hey, William, how you doing, buddy? Thank you. Appreciate that. And it's nothing really fancy about it. It's pretty simple. Wow, we got 3 of these dudes. I'm trying to pull out the one in particular. My goodness. I promise you there are more than just those 2 guys. There's the stallion. I'm trying to remember from what. Oh, Headless Horseman. And who's this one? Oh, this is from Mulan, I believe. If I'm not mistaken. Let's see, what do we got here? It's like a used horse lot. And this dude is from Ragnarok, I believe? Oh, wait, he's got 6 legs. 8 legs, excuse me. This has got to be from Thor, I'm thinking. I don't recall him from any of the animated films. Are we able to? No, yeah, you can't make them disappear, which is kind of weird. Good lord. What are you doing? Get back over here. Got a regular petting zoo going on here. There's one in particular I'm trying to load in. And I'm not getting him. I'm getting everything except. And it was actually the reason. Let's see. Really? There he is, finally. Nope, not you. Get out of there. Gus the Mule that kicks field goals, and I can't think of the name of the movie off the top of my head, but yeah, I had this disc to help complete the collection. And I was like, I never used Gus, ever. So I put him in here so that I would have him. All right. How much memory have we used? Yeah, that's a lot. So like I said, as you mess around in a box like this long enough, and there's a... I'm sure I could put a kill switch in that would make it all disappear. But as we come over here now to the flight hangar, we've got larger things that we're going to be spawning in, and one of them doesn't actually work right because it's too big for the hangar, can't get out. But the other ones seem to work. And that, of course, is the one right there. Or there's 2 of them, but yeah, they're too big, and you're not getting through the door with it. And this is probably just going to really make it go wonky. Oh, wait, we're out. No kidding. First time. Y-Wing fighter. And we're free. What? How did I miss that? Come on now. Really? Fly like one of those pilots that has a few drinks too many before taking the wheel. There we go. Whoopsie. Really? Why do I have my controller? And there you have that. And there are several other ones that are in there as well that will spawn. Let me move this out of the way. Holy cow. I'm curious. Let me see if I can do what I think I can do here. Let's jump into our logic. When we press the button, remove. Nope. Bu- 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 bu. Let's try a different way then, shall we? New logic connection entered. My vehicle, there you go. Not quite. Thought we had it. Oh wait, it did work. Well, it worked on one. There it goes. Oh, I don't want to do that. Really? Never ceases to amaze me. How did I get maybe? Oh, there we go. Bring this inside real quick. Well, we got rid of the big one. And there it goes. That was a cool effect. So that's about the way I guess you get all these extras out. Not sure if that same thing would work on the horse. I guess the logic would work the same on the horses, but you might have to do a different command prompt to make it happen. Let's find out. I just deleted it, didn't I? New logic connection, whatever entered by, let's say AI just for fun. There we go, mounts. And it's one down. That's two. It's a cool effect. I could use that in a toy box for like a storyline or something. All of a sudden your horse or your motorcycle, whatever, just boosh. And just like that, look at that. That has potential. I was thinking about doing something with a Santa sleigh and these reindeer. There's another big community event going on, of course, this one with the Christmas theme. Don't know the dates yet. I'm guessing the 23rd or 24th. That's my guess. And as you can see, that memory has come down quite a bit since we removed all of those objects. We still have a bunch of cars over on the other side. And that would bring it down even more, of course. Gus the field goal kicking mule. And Maximus. These are my actual two favorites out of the bunch, so. All right, well, that gives you a little bit of a look at an idea maybe you can come up with if you wanted to do something similar. Let me drop down here real quick. Here are the... And it's pretty simple forward logic. I mean, you have your randomizer there, which will randomly select from 1 through maximum of 10. And I think in this case we probably have 10. That's 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. I had 8 horses. Then from here, all we did is went into our properties. No, it wasn't here. Where was it? When you have the disc, it will, I can't really mess with it too much, I don't think, but let me see, randomizer, trigger number 2. Oh yeah, it does tell you. The pod racer, really? Okay. And once you have the disc on the base, that'll be an option that you can put it into your summoner here. Randomizer, trigger number 1. Yeah, it's not the pod racer. It's, I guess that's the default once you've saved. So all these discs are going to, because the discs aren't currently on and they were imported in, they're not going to show you. But they're there, as you can see. Bullseye is in there somewhere. Like I said, I've got every horse or horse-like animal in that lineup. But, man, it just kept picking the same 2 or 3 for some reason. All right, well, listen, everybody, have a very happy, very safe Thanksgiving. We'll be back in the near future. Like I said, we are still working on the Tron build, so there'll be some updates on that. I just finished the spider, or the grid bugs, technically, level. If you've ever played the old arcade game where you dropped quarters in, you'll understand, and if not, I'm sure you can find video of that. And the last level I'm working on for that is going to be featuring the attempt to basically take out the MCP, the Master Control Program. And I've got some ideas already in my head on how I'm going to make that happen. It's going to be pretty cool, I think, when it's all said and done. All right. If you want to take an early look at that, I posted some video of it yesterday to show the logic in making the light cycle event. You can take a look at that. And in the meantime, we'll be back in the not-too-distant future with plenty more action right here because, as I always remind you, Disney Infinity is the game where the only limitation is your imagination. Have a very safe and happy Thanksgiving. We'll see you again real soon, right back here on All Night Gaming.